I'm Amy Palmer, and welcome to Power Women TV. On today's episode, we're talking to Bethenny Frankel, star of Bethenny's Getting Married and founder of the Skinnygirl brand. We talked to Bethenny about how she navigates the business world by just being herself.
This entire career started as me going to a culinary school, Natural Gourmet, which was for food and healing. I wanted things to taste wonderful, but also be really healthy. So when I went to culinary school, it was only a hobby. And then it evolved into me running a chain of health food restaurants, which evolved into Bethenny Bakes, which evolved into cooking for celebrities, which evolved into Skinnygirl. It's sort of a very motivational, inspirational, any girl you want to be kind of thing. It's not a size 0 or a size 2 necessarily. You could be a size 12. It's just unleashing the girl that you want to be, the healthiest, best version of yourself, the most comfortable version of yourself. Really fun and flirty, I am woman, hear me roar, whatever I want to be brand. I was plagued with a lifetime of obsessive dieting and never being off a diet and always having food noise and that internal chatter and just having anxiety about food and dieting. And when I figured it all out, which was ironically probably about 33 when I kind of launched on this whole career, it just became, I'm done. I just figured out, I don't know how, I just was going on a trip to Europe and I figured out how to unleash my skinny girl, how to be naturally thin forever without ever worrying about it, without worrying about what restaurant to go to, without worrying about drinking, without worrying about going on vacations, without worrying about anything. I'm 20 years older, 20 pounds thinner, and it just all leveled out. I just wanted to tell people. It had nothing to do with I want a bestseller or it's gonna be, I'm an author. It was like, I'm writing this down. It was like, it flew out of me. The problem with every single diet book is that they make it like everyone's life is cookie cutter. And on some random Tuesday, you're supposed to want some egg white omelet that some diet book tells you you're supposed to have. And you shut the book and you're frustrated because you feel like you're never gonna be able to do it. Or a book tells you you're supposed to be vegan. And my book says, I'm telling you what I do. I'm not saying I'm a doctor. I'm telling you that, like, I am thin, I do balance, my life isn't perfect, but this is what I do, and it's okay. So I remember writing my book and my original agent saying to me, you need to make your book, it needs to be 6 weeks to a better you, or this whole cookie cutter thing. And I said, I feel like I'm Lauren Hutton and you're telling me to take the space out of my teeth. And I wasn't famous then, and I wasn't big enough to make these choices where I could say no, but I did say no. I said, I don't care. I know what it's gonna be. I'll fight harder. I'm telling the truth about what I am and what I'm not, and that's what's happening. When I started out and people around me were like, you need to be the chef and you need to be the wholesome one. I remember meeting with Food Network and them being like, you need to be more huggable, like a Paula Deen, and you need to be more okay? And so there's a moment when everyone's trying to tell you what you should be because you're a chef. And I always would say, I'm not wearing the white jacket. I'm being my own new thing. I think there gets to be a point where you kind of take a leap and it works and you're like, this is what I'm doing. And then it became, I'm doing this my way. Who says that anyone else is smarter than I am and who's gonna tell me what to do? And I really have always felt, go big or go home. You kind of gotta get to that fear point and jump, and I did. I did risk everything for my dream, more so because of my age. Had I been 25, big deal. You're running around, you could be bartending, you could be doing whatever you want to make your dream happen, but being 33 and not knowing what the hell you're doing and if it's all gonna work out and not even really knowing what your dream is, because not knowing that this is possible, just knowing that you're going in the right direction and something great is going to happen, that was very, very hard. I had to risk a lot, and now it does really pay off. It really, really does. It's been pretty incredible. The people that work with me, everybody really, really has my best interests at heart, and I feel it, and they're smart, and it's not like they tell me what to do and I listen, and it's not like I tell them what to do and they listen. It's a team effort, and it's all, we call it sort of Team B. Everybody's on the same page, and we're kind of like all moving in the same direction with the same goal. It's funny because before this kind of thing happens, before you become sort of famous and known, you really need to lock it down and you really need to clean it out like a closet and know exactly who your core group of people are. So the rest of the people could be business. I have to talk to this person because of business. I have to go meet with that person because it's business, but not letting everybody in. And for so long, you're striving and you wanted people to talk to you and you wanted people to take your picture and you wanted people to know who you are, and then all of a sudden it happens and explodes and the whole thing shifts and everybody wants to know you, and you remember who wanted nothing to do with you, who didn't believe in you, and there's a little bit of that. You don't want to be bitter about it, but you want to really, I have a steel trap memory. So I know everybody who was always on TV, and those are the people that I give back to, and those are the people that I relate to, and that's who's in the circle. So basically, it took me years to find a drink that I would really love and always want to drink, but not feel guilty about. And the bottom line is everyone wants to drink a margarita, but no one wants the calories. So this is the Skinnygirl Margarita. It is the margarita you can trust. I'm gonna teach you how to tell a bartender how to make it or make it yourself at home. So if you're in a bar, you're gonna basically say you want clear tequila on the rocks. Usually should be 100% agave, but clear tequila on the rocks because clear liquor doesn't have all the impurities and doesn't give you that hangover. And so clear tequila. They're gonna, when you say on the rocks, they're gonna do that. It's gonna be about a 3 count. It's like a 2.5 ounce to 3 ounces. Then you're gonna say you want 4 limes. So usually they have the lime wedges. And you're gonna squeeze in your 4 limes. And then you're gonna do a tiny splash of citrus liqueur. It could be Bowls Triple Sec, it could be Cointreau, it could be Grand Marnier, but you're gonna say a tiny splash, because that's the little bit of sugar that makes it still resemble a margarita, but it's such a small amount of sugar that it's not gonna affect your waistline. And so it's a small, small splash. Oh, one more thing. A lot of people like salt in their margarita, which is called bloated ankles, and no one wants that. So what I do is if you demand salt, do a little mixture, not so much, of salt and raw sugar. Not that white sugar. Look, that's 16 calories. So mix a little salt and then the raw sugar. No one, 16 calories never got anyone fat. That's another option. Viva la Skinnygirl Margarita. I'm Bethenny Frankel, and I'm a power woman because I never let anyone tell me no. I go big or go home, and I'm a dog on a bone. I don't stop until I get exactly what I want and exactly the way I want it.